MotoGP 2027 Transition to 100% non-fossil fuel explained. MotoGP is about to turn the fuel conversation on its head, and the whole paddock is buzzing. Starting in 2027, every single class in the Grand Prix will switch to fuel that's 100% non-fossil. If you thought the old debates about racing and sustainability were heated, just wait until these new rules ignite. But here's where it gets controversial. How can organizers know with absolute certainty that the fuels really don't come from fossil sources? That's where the sophisticated C14 test steps in. This test examines the amount of carbon-14 in the fuel, a naturally occurring isotope that fades away in fossils because they've been trapped underground for millions of years. By comparing the C14 content of the test fuel to the current atmosphere, officials can spot whether any sneaky fossil materials made their way in. The regulations require that the amount of C14 in the fuel essentially matches what's in the air today, aside from a small allowed tolerance. In plain English, if the numbers don't line up, the fuel's not allowed on track. And this is the part most people miss. These new fuels can be made in a couple of groundbreaking ways. Some can be biofuels, which means they're produced from renewable biological sources like plants or algae. Others will be what's called e-fuels, made by capturing carbon dioxide directly from the atmosphere, essentially recycling the very emissions the motorsport industry is fighting to reduce. Why does this matter? Because burning these non-fossil fuels technically releases no more carbon than was recently trapped from the air, making them considered nearly carbon neutral under current scientific standards. This is a dramatic departure from today's standard fuels, which mostly come straight from traditional oil refineries and add carbon that's been locked away underground for eons. MotoGP has already started this journey. In 2024, the series required at least 40% of race fuels to be non-fossil. But with the 2027 mandate, MotoGP is going all in, no more fossil fuels on the grid, period. This bold move has the potential to spark huge debates, not just in motorsport, but in the broader conversation around sustainable transportation and energy policy. Here's a question for you. Do you think this new rule is the future of racing, or do you worry it might change the raw essence of MotoGP racing forever? Some purists argue that alternative fuels could alter engine sound, performance, or even the soul of the bikes. Others say the sport can't afford to ignore environmental realities, even if it means rewriting traditions. What's your take? Will 100% non-fossil fuel bring MotoGP into a new golden era? Or is this a step too far? Join the debate below and make your voice heard.